It is BG here with KFR Sportscast, and we are going to be streaming the Sunday Night Football game live. Now we're going to be breaking down some play-by-play action here while I watch the game because, technically it's copywriting that I can't show the game, but I will say one thing. Crazy games today. Crazy endings. But you want to talk about crazy endings in the NFL today? First of all, we can start with my team. That or you can come on camera. No? Do you want me to move the stuff? I'll move it. Here, I'll move it. Forgive me, peeps. Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Whew. Had to move some stuff. We're good, though. Anyways, as I was saying, crazy endings to the NFL today. Tampa Bay won 29-27. Last second field goal after the Jets blocked a field goal and returned it for a touchdown. And then the Eagles won on a blocked field goal and returned for a touchdown. They were already up one, so they didn't have to be all extra and score a touchdown. But now we have this fantastic Sunday Night Football game that will be on NBC. And so hopefully you guys enjoy the company of me rather than the company of Chris Collinsworth. But we'll see. Because it's Patrick Mahomes playing, and so we know how that goes with Chris Collinsworth. Alright. Let's try to see if I had a roster here. I guess I don't. I can go to stats. Blanket. Probably be nice if we could hear it, huh? Give me 1 second. All right, so we are set for kickoff. From what I heard, Chiefs deferred. So Giants will be getting the ball first. Chiefs will get it at the second half. Start of the second half. We got Brandon Jacobs hyping up the crowd right now. You want to talk about a big man? Brandon Jacobs is a big man. Special appearance by my cat. Go Big Blue. He's got the, which is funny because that's exactly what my daughter cheers for, and she cheers for the Titans. So, everybody's got the Chiefs winning this game. I think it'd be hilarious if the Giants won. Personally, if I do say so myself. What about you, babe?
I defer.
She defers. She does not like the Chiefs, but she also does not like the Giants, but I think she dislikes the Chiefs more. No? Oh, gosh. Okay, here we go. Set to kick it off from MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Is a nice, cool September day, 63 degrees, and we are on our way. And Giants get it at 10, at the 20, at the 31-yard line. And here comes Russell Wilson leading the pack. Last week, Russell Wilson had a career day. I think he had about 450 yards, 2 touchdowns. Well, no, more than that, 3 touchdowns. 2 to Malik Neighbors, 1 to Wan'Dale Robinson. In the very close loss against the Dallas Cowboys, who got beat by the Bears today. How ironic. All right, so here we go. First snap. Man in motion. I formation. I'm changing the play here. All right, we're going to hand it off to Tyrone Tracy. He's going to gain about a yard. I can. I did. He's a little busy. It's fine. All right, so last week he went 30 of 41, 450 yards, 3 touchdowns, and an interception. Second most in his career for 450 yards. All right, 2nd and 9 from the 32-yard line. Take snap, hand it off to Tyrone. Oh, big hold. Spin move. Gain him of about 9. And it's 1st and 10. I mean, that was a great spin move. Great spin move. I have a cat licking my arm, as you can see on camera. All right, so play action. Going to dump it off to Tracy. Going to gain about 4 yards. What do you think, Munchkin? You got anything to say? No? Okay. All right, shotgun formation. Going to hand it off to Tracy again. Going to run to the left. He's going to get about 8 yards for another Giants first down. So another run for Tracy. He gets stood up at the line of scrimmage. So no gain on first down. So far, Tracy's got 5 carries for 19 yards. And Russ is 1 for 1 with 4 yards passing. All right, so in the game now, Cam Scadaboo, rookie out of Arizona State, I believe. 2nd and 9, going to hand it off to Scadaboo. He's met at 1 yard gain. Nope, still running on his feet. He's going to gain about 11 or 12 for a first down. Scadaboo is probably a gem that they got in the draft. So he gets met at, basically the line of scrimmage and then bounces off of it and gains another 10 yards. All right, Scadaboo still in there. Lined up behind Russell Wilson. All right, hand it off to Scadaboo again. He is met in the backfield by 3-4 Chiefs, so he's going to lose about 2 yards. Yeah, they were ready for that one. Who saw the Chiefs going 0-2 this year to start the season? Me. I did because I called it both weeks. All right, so 2nd and 11. Looks like Scadaboo's still in there, lined up to the left of Russell Wilson. All right, drop back, looking to his right, dumps it off to Scadaboo for a gain of 5 yards. So 3rd down and about 6 to go. So 3rd and 7 now. Third and 7 from the 32-yard line, from the Chiefs' 32-yard line. Gonna hand off to Tracy. Tracy's gonna cut up the middle, gain about 4 yards. So 4th and 3 from the 32-yard line. Or sorry, from the 28. Looks like Dave Ball is selecting to keep the offense on the field. So 4th and 3 from the 28-yard line. Tyrone Tracy lined up to the right of Russell Wilson. Malik Neighbors in motion. Looking at Malik Neighbors. Oh, and the pass gets batted down. And that's going to be turnover on downs. Kansas City's going to take over from their own 28-yard line. Great hand. Great hand by number 32 for the Chiefs. I don't know who that is, but it was a great defensive play. And we are back, ladies and gentlemen, back from the break. Crazy how I can time that like that. Run it perfectly. All right, first look at the Kansas City Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes. And it did say that Xavier Worthy would shut up tonight, according to my wife and her analysis. So Patrick Mahomes rolled out to his right, clipped by Brian Burns, but gets a gain of 5. Oh, 4 yards. Sorry, Mike Tirico. I'm not as good of an announcer as you. Why does he look like that? Anyways. All right, so under center for Patrick Mahomes. He's going to fake the handoff to Pacheco. He's going to look. He's going to dump it off to Pacheco. He's going to get a gain of 4. So looks like we're going to be 3rd down and 3. Let's see. A nice stat to end your night. The Tennessee Titans haven't won a regular season game at Nissan Stadium in 315 days. And they're getting a new stadium. It'll help. So they think. All right, 3rd and 3. Shotgun formation. Juju Smith-Schuster in motion. Going from right to left. Play clock down to 5. Looking, passing it to Smith-Schuster, who gets the first down and then some. So it's going to be a first down, Kansas City, from the 42-yard line. Thanks, Mike Tirico. Okay, 1st and 10 from the 42-yard line, from their own 42-yard line. Giants are showing pressure. Rush 5. And it looks like, who is that? It's not Kareem Hunt, is it? All right, so 2nd and 7 from the 45. Over the middle. Pass caught by number 83. I don't know who that. Oh, there's a flag on the play, though. Oh, it's coming back. What we got? Holding. Offense. Number 71. Holding on the rookie Simmons. Looks like their left tackle. Let's see. He's got Brian Burns lined up across him. So gets him in the head and then holds him on the shoulder pad. All right, so now we're down to 2nd and 17 from the 32. Sorry, from the 35-yard line. I can math. I swear I can. So the no-look pass to Juju Smith-Schuster. He's got room to run. He's at the 45. He's at the 50. He's at the 52-yard line. He's going to get the first down. I said 52-yard line. There's no such thing as a 52-yard line. Sorry, 48-yard line of the Giants. Oh, sorry, from the 47. 46. No, 47. Mahomes looking deep. Got a man. Oh, but he's out of bounds. Looks like Thornton, number 80, just ran out of real estate. I don't know. Oh, Hollywood Brown. So Hollywood Brown went in motion on almost kind of like a jet sweep to the left, and he gained about 6 yards. He sends Hollywood Brown in motion, gets the snap, catches it in the flat, gains about 6 or 7. 6, 7. Sorry. Sorry, kids. I know I'm cringy. 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2. Tight end in motion. Gonna hand it off to... I don't even know who that is. I want to say Kareem Hunt, but I don't think it's Kareem Hunt. Anyways, there's a first down. No, it is Kareem Hunt. For some reason, I thought he was number 25. All right, so Patrick Mahomes is 4 of 6 for 36 yards. So 1st and 10 from 37. Mahomes loading up, got time, pump. Aims for Kelsey, and he misses him. Kelsey was wide open. That is so disappointing. So he fakes the handoff, pump once, pump twice, throws, and he misses a wide open Travis Kelsey. Like no one within 5 yards of him. That's crazy. All right, 2nd and 10 from the 35 and a half, 36 and a half. And aiming for Kelsey again up the sideline, but threw it short. So 3rd and 10. So he's now missed Travis Kelsey twice in a row. They have the best chemistry, I swear. Isn't that right? That's right. I mean, he just completely underthrew him. All right. 3rd and 10 from the 36 and a half yard line of the Giants. And we got a timeout by the Giants with the play clock running down. So the Giants choose a timeout. I'm going to guess this is probably a 30-second timeout, so we'll stay right here. Good defensive game so far. Each team has moved the ball just a little bit. Right, Munchkin? That's right. So 10 total plays for each team. Everything about even time of possession, over 5 minutes for each team. 56 20-yard plays, ranked 28th for the Chiefs since 2024. All right, 3rd and 10 from the 36 and a half yard line. Travis Kelsey in motion to split out wide. False start by number 74, but they don't call it. Patrick Mahomes looking Travis's way. Hollywood Brown smacked it down, looking for a flag. No flag. 4th down for Kansas City. How's that make you feel?
Woo.
Huh? A very ecstatic woo from the crowd there. Let's see what we think. Yeah, that was probably holding.
Both had arms on each other.
Yeah, but, Phillips was tugging the jersey. Okay, lining up for what do we got here? A 54-yard field goal. We know kickers have had so much success this season so far. So Harrison Butker lines up. Snap is good. Hold is good. And he hooks it off the upright and in. Lucky kick. Off the left upright and in. I mean, this thing hooked. This thing hooked like my golf shot. It's crazy. All right, we'll be back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the KFR Sportscast stream. I'm your host, BG, and we are going into, well, we're not going into, we are streaming the Sunday Night Football game between the Kansas City Chiefs and the New York Football Giants. And so far it is a 3-0 lead for the Kansas City Chiefs coming out of the break. So, beautiful evening in East Rutherford, New Jersey. I would say I wish I was there, but I don't want to be. No thanks. No thanks. Here we go. Kicking off, 3:45 left in the first. Giants bring it out, across the 20, the 30, down to about 36-yard line, roughly about where they started for their first possession. So Russell Wilson, here he comes back out. So far, Russell Wilson is 2 for 3 for 8 yards. Tyrone Tracy has had 5 carries for 23 yards and also 1 reception for 4 yards. So a lot of movement for the New York Giants. Maybe we can get some more. All right, man in motion. Here we go. Russell Wilson takes the snap, drops back, looking to his right. Gets it to number 18, who is that Slayton? Is it Darius Slayton? Right? All right. So it is going to be 2nd and 1. 2nd and 1, gain about 9 on the first play. Oh, 2nd and inches. So about 9 3/4. Anyways. One back, hands it off to Tracy. Tracy ahead for about 3 yards before getting pushed back. But forward progress is going to put him at about the 48-yard line. So 1st and 10 from the Giants' 48. Jackson Dart on the sideline, watching, waiting for his opportunity. All right, hand it off to Tyrone Tracy again. Gets a gain of about 3, so he's across the 50 to now the Chiefs' 48-yard line.
Where's Jameis Winston?
Jameis Winston, that is a great question, my dear. Jameis Winston is with the New York Giants.
Yeah, but where?
He is QB3.
He should be number 1.
I concur. I do also think Jameis Winston should be number 1 because it would just be entertaining. Then Russell Wilson? Controversial take. What do you guys think? My wife seems to think that Jameis Winston is better than Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson dropping back, dumps it off to Tracy. Tracy got some room on the sideline. Going to get about 5. And, he is hurt. He took a shot going while he was going out of bounds. So the Chiefs training staff is currently tending to him, but you said a right bicep. Russell Wilson going to check on his teammate. Maybe. No, he's not. All right. So they're going to step away for a couple minutes. We're going to stay right here and we're going to talk. So what makes you think? We're going to ask questions. Now, nope, but we're just going to do this for fun. What makes you think Jameis Winston is a better quarterback than Russell Wilson? So it's just a vibe.
But
It's just because that's good vibes. That's why. Okay.
with the good vibes comes better playing.
Oh, does it? I can tell you from 5 years of experience of watching him, it does not. She says that good vibes also brings better play, basically. It does not. It does not.
He played what, the first game?
Need I remind you that he was the first quarterback to throw 30 touchdowns and 30 interceptions in a single season?
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Yeah, that is very bad. I mean, I like him too. I like him as a athlete. I like him as a person. But I mean, to say he's better than Russell Wilson, I mean, it's absurd. Although Russell Wilson's time in Denver was pretty bad. But I did. Do you not think it is? Well, obviously not. It's your opinion. I think some things that you say is absurd. Like when you say "Go Birds," that's crazy. That's absurd. If I do say so myself. Absurd. Absurd. All right, Tyrone Tracy. Yep. So it looks like it is his right arm. Maybe not his bicep, but at least a right arm. Did you say left arm? Okay. Okay. My wife, the almost nurse, says right bicep, but from the way that he was holding it, it looks like right wrist or right forearm. So show a little bit of Times Square. Hey, I've been there. Been there once or twice. It's pretty cool. Ooh. Tickled my elbow. Little whiskers. Okay. Oh, maybe his shoulder. He was tapping his right shoulder. No, he was tapping his shoulder. Oh, high snap. Russ corrals it. Dumps off to Scattaboo. Scattaboo gets met in the backfield. He's going to lose about 2 yards. Asking for a face mask. I didn't see anything. I mean, this is about as good as offense as the Eagles put up in the first half. Let's see. Was there a face mask there? Oh, there was a face mask there. Yeah. I mean, you guys had 33 in the first half. Tyrone Tracy's got 29 by himself. So, all right. I'm trying to get him. 4th and 6. Trying to get him to draw him off sides probably to get it to a 4th and 1. They're not going to snap this. Play clock is done. They're going to punt this ball away. They're going to take the delay game, punt this ball away. So delay game on the offense, 5-yard penalty, still 4th down. So it's going to be a 4th and 11. But yeah, there definitely was a face. Wow. Very clear face mask too. Okay. So here we go. Giants lined up for a punt. They are punting. So the line of scrimmage is at the 47-yard line of the Chiefs. He's going to punt from his own 38. Nice boot. Calls for. And it's going to take a Giants bounce. No, Chiefs bounce. Sorry. And it goes out at about the 18-yard line. The Chiefs' 18-yard line. So that's where the Chiefs will take over. There's 11 seconds left to go in the first quarter. And Patrick Mahomes is going to get the ball again. With a 3-0 lead. Huh? What'd you say? No. Patrick Mahomes. Now here's the guy. I don't have a very good Chris Collinsworth. I'm more of a Tony Romo guy. So. All right, so from their own 19-yard line, under center, going to hand it off to Kareem Hunt. Kareem Hunt's going to get about 4 yards. And we are done with the first quarter. Chiefs leading 3-0 at the end of one. So we will be back after these no messages. All right, we are coming back for the start of the second quarter in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This is what I do sometimes. I like to watch myself just so I can see. There we go. Oh, Taylor Swift is there. Lawrence Taylor. Hey, I met him. That is a very key memory that I have with Big Sexy and his cousin. All right. So from the 22-yard line, we go. Going to dump off a screen. Kareem Hunt. Going to get the first down and about an extra 2. Extra 3. So we are 1st and 10 from the Kansas City 32-yard line. Isaiah Pacheco back in. Oh, look, I got one person watching. I wonder who it is. All right, 1st and 10 from the 32-yard line. Kansas City with the ball. Going to fake the handoff. Pressure. And they're going to call it incomplete. There was pressure in there by Kayvon Thibodeau. Mahomes just kind of dumped it at the ground. All right, so I throw it behind him. He's down on a knee. Oh, they're going to take a look at this. I mean, it skipped off the ground. Oh, they're gonna look at this. There's a challenge. So I think what they're looking at, folks, if you don't know, what they're looking at is Mahomes did a backwards pass to Isaiah Pacheco, and Pacheco was kind of on the ground. He didn't get touched by anybody, so he was still a live runner, passer, and he was just past the line of scrimmage, and he kind of just threw the ball, which would be technically an illegal forward pass, which should be a penalty. Right, babe? Okay. She's about knocked out at this point. So we'll see how they do this. That looks absolutely disgusting. Anybody out there like Pizza Hut? What about you? What's your take on Pizza Hut? She doesn't like Pizza Hut. I am not a fan of Pizza Hut either. So um although some pizza does sound good. I would like some pizza. Want to order a pizza? Just order a pizza right now at 8 o'clock at night. Babe, you remember our younger years? When we would just like go out and get stuff at 8 o'clock at night. We would drive down Erie Boulevard, hit like 3 different restaurants just to get something from each one. It's good times. It's good times. So, good times. I do suggest that you do that with your significant other at least once. Get some curly fries from Arby's. Get a Wendy's Frosty, and then like some quesadillas from Taco Bell. Be goated right there. That's all you got to do. Okay, so ruling on the field is that it was a backwards pass, and he, I guess, gave himself up. So they're spotting it at the spot of the dead ball. But anyways, it is 2nd and 18 for the Kansas City Chiefs from their own 24-yard line. So empty backfield, shotgun formation for Patrick Mahomes. Gets the snap, getting pressured, steps up, throws it to 83. There is a flag on the play. It's going to be against the Giants. Looks like it's going to be a holding. Oh, so it's an illegal contact on Phillips. It's a 5-yard penalty. Automatic first down for KC. So the Giants bail out KC with a penalty. So it's now 1st and 10 from the Kansas City 40. Got Kareem Hunt in the backfield. Man in motion. Jet sweep, 81. Up to the right. Going to get about 8 yards. How's that a first down? He was short of the line to gain. Unless I missed something. That's weird. Okay, so it's 1st and 10 from the 40 now. Sorry. Fake the handoff to Kareem Hunt. Dancing around. Pocket collapse. Throwing it downfield. He's got Juju Smith-Schuster, a ton of room. 40, 35. At about the 32-yard line of the Giants. So 1st and 10 from the 33, the New York 33. So snap the pass tracker. I mean, this pocket collapses so quick. So it takes a snap. Got pressure by Thibodeau, by Dexter Lawrence, Brian Burns. I mean, he's dancing all over the place. Just under 7 seconds from snap to pass. All right, so from the New York 33, Kelsey in motion, lines up. Looking, pocket collapses again. Chased out of the pocket to his right, to the sideline, running upfield, and out of bounds at about the 31. Okay, so he got 1 yard. So out of the 32 is 2nd and 9. All right, 2nd and 9 from the New York 32. Isaiah Pacheco got 81 in motion on a jet sweep. Fake the handoff. Setting up the screen, and he's going to get tackled in the backfield for a loss of about 5. So we're looking at 3rd and 12. So it's a loss of 3. Thibodeau with the pressure. Great pressure by New York so far. So 3rd and 12 from the New York 35. Kareem Hunt lined up to the left of Patrick Mahomes. Trips to the left. He's looking to his left. Back up. Going forward. There is a flag on the play. And he gets to the 21 to the 19-yard line. But there is a flag. Flag is going to be most likely in the area of holding. So it looks like this is going to come back and be 3rd and yeah. So it's an illegal formation. So we're looking at 3rd and 17 from the from the New York Giants 40-yard line. So Kansas City going completely the wrong way. So Taylor was lined up too far back. So from the New York 40, it's 3rd and 17. Looks like the Giants are playing just a stick defense, and they're going to just play a little bit of prevent. All right, so something over the middle. They're fine with that. So 4th down. So 4th down from the New York 30. So we're looking probably at about a 47-yard field goal from here for Harrison Butker. So 4th and 7. Just over 10 minutes. We're at 10:05. So 40, 48. So let's see what we got here. Kick is up, drifting to the left, and it is good. So 6-0 Kansas City. And we will be right back. Whew. All right, back just in time. All right. So 9:48 left to go in the second quarter. Just going to fill up some water here. Got to stay hydrated, folks. Oh, that looks like fun. All right, so here we go. The Butker kickoff. So they're going to field it at the 10. He's at the 20, 25, 26-yard line. All right, here we go. All right. All right, so Russell Wilson is 5 of 6 for 19 yards so far. Looks like Tyrone Tracy is questionable to return, so we might be seeing a lot of Scattaboo for the rest of this game. Malik Neighbors in motion, going to fake the handoff to Scattaboo. Pressure behind him. Looks like that ball got tipped because he was loading up. Didn't see the backside pressure behind him. All right. So 2nd and 10 from the 29-yard line. So Singletary. So it's going to be 3rd and 7 from the 29. All right, Wilson looking downfield. Got him in. Oh, he throws an interception. Oh, he's intercepted. All right, running it back at the 50. Out at about midfield. Oh, no. Disaster for the New York Giants. Disaster. That's a shame. So Chiefs are going to take over at about midfield. So we'll be right back. All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to KFR Sportscast, streaming the Sunday Night Football game between the Chiefs and the Giants. It is currently 6-0, and if you haven't been watching and you're just joining us, the Giants just threw an interception, and there was a 23-yard return setting up the Chiefs just over midfield at about the Giants' 49-yard line. So 1st and 10. Oh, no, deeper than that. Sorry, 47-yard line. So rush from Pacheco. So it's going to be 2nd and 2 from the 39. So we got 7-yard. So we got to pass to Thornton for about 7 yards. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the New York 32. Excuse me. So we've seen throughout the course of this game so far that whenever the Chiefs get into this situation here where they're over midfield, they're just outside the red zone, we're looking at, a bend don't break defense from the Giants. So we'll see if they can kind of hold that up here. So from the 32-yard line, 1st and 10, take the snap, hand it off to to Pacheco. So 2nd and 4 from the 26. All right, so Pacheco's still in there. Snap the ball, looking to throw. Going to throw to Kelsey. Kelsey's going to get down at they're going to mark him down at the 20-yard line. So inside the red zone for the Chiefs. 1st and 10. So Kelsey came across the formation on base on a drag route. All right, so 1st and 10 from the 20. Smith-Schuster in motion. All right, here's a snap. Looking, try to get it to Smith. Incomplete pass, so now we're looking at 2nd and 10 from the 20. I guess Brashad Smith was the target. So now we're looking 2nd attempt, empty backfield for the Chiefs. Oh. Pacheco comes in, lines up to the left. Giants bring pressure. Kayvon Thibodeau, so Kelsey going to get dropped 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage, so it's going to be 3rd and 12 from the New York 22. Again, we've seen this. The Giants kind of getting, start sending pressure here in this area. So they send pressure from Abdul Carter, who comes up and gets back there. And looked like Kayvon Thibodeau basically got back there untouched, but 3rd and 12. Gray in motion. Mahomes dropping, looking back. Looks like the ball gets tipped at the line, but going to be 4th and 12. Looking for Juju Smith-Schuster. Pass is incomplete. So here comes the field goal unit for another field goal from Harrison Butker. So Brian Burns comes in, just bull rushes Taylor, puts him on his ass, and knocks over Patrick Mahomes. All right, Harrison Butker. Butker's kick is up and no good. No good from Harrison Butker. Looked like a 49-yard attempt. Sorry, 39. 39-yard attempt. Snap was good. Hole was good. Kick is wide right. So the score stays 6-0. We'll be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. This is Sunday Night Football's 20th season, showing some highlights. Odell Beckham Jr., his infamous catch against the Dallas Cowboys back in his rookie season. Oh, and they're showing that corner where it happened. Man, it seems like so long ago. All right, so the Giants take over from their own 30-yard line. Scatterboo going to run it. Scatterboo, a little bit of room. Gets about 7 yards. So 2nd and 3 from the 37. Showing Andy Reid getting heated with Travis Kelce. I'm sure that'll come up in the New Heights podcast. All right, 2nd and 3 from the 37. They're going to hand it off to Scatterboo again. Oh, Scatterboo's got some room. Bounces out to the right. And a first down to the 48-yard line for Cam Scatterboo. So Scatterboo now with 4 carries for 28 yards. Just shedding some tackles. All right, so first attempt from the 48-yard line from the Giants 48. Empty backfield for Russell Wilson. All right. A little slant to Slayton. Going to get about 3 yards. Going to get 4 yards. So 2nd and 6 from the Kansas City 48. Okay, so Scatterboo back into the game. All right, Scatterboo with the ball, and they're going to meet him in the backfield. And he's going to go down at the 50-yard line. So we're going to get 3rd and 8 from the 50. All right, so Giants are 0 for 3 on 3rd down conversions with 6.3 yards to go. So 3rd and 8 from the 50. 4 seconds on the play clock. Take snap. Russell Wilson going to step up. Lofted to Scatterboo. Scatterboo's got some room. There is a flag on the play. But for right now, if it's on the Chiefs, this is going to be 1st and 10 from the 34-yard line. And it is illegal contact, so we got a 16-yard gain from Cam Scatterboo. All right, so 1st and 10 from the Kansas City 34-yard line. Field goals can get a little tricky here because it looks like Graham Gano is questionable to return to this game. So they're going to roll with Devin Singletary, who gets about 1. So 2nd and 9 from the 33. So it looks like we're going to head to a 2-minute warning here. So 2 minutes left in the 2nd quarter. Chiefs lead at 6-0. We'll be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to KFR Sportscast, streaming the Sunday night football game. It is currently 6-0 Chiefs with the Giants driving. We are coming back from the 2-minute warning shortly. And when we come back, it'll be 2nd and 9 from the Kansas City 33, Giants driving. So we got halftime report, 5 more teams join the 3-0 club, and Daniel Jones' historic hot start. What a sore topic for Giants fans, but you know what? Somebody's got to talk about it. All right. So here we are back at East Rutherford, New Jersey, at MetLife Stadium. Again, 2 minutes left to go in the second quarter. It is 6-0, Kansas City leading, but the Giants are driving to hopefully put some points on the board, whether it be a touchdown or at least a field goal. Okay. So here we go. Man in motion. Chiefs rush 4. All right, so it's going to be incomplete. 1:54 to go. 3rd and 9. So again, for the Giants, it's going to be tough for a field goal only because Scadaboo got underneath that one. That popped up. That ball was live. The kicking situation might be a little tough for the Giants only because they had said Graham Gano is going to be questionable to return. So we'll see how they play this year. All right, so 3rd and 9 from 33. Russell Wilson looking to his right, going up the sideline. And there is a flag. Might get a roughing the passer here. It is a roughing the passer call. So we're going to get a 15-yard penalty, automatic first down. So we're going to line up at the Kansas City 18. Oh, yeah. That was late. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you had every chance to stop there, bud. I barely even touched him. Yeah, well, you did. All right, so 1:53, 1st and 10 from the Kansas City 18. So we are inside the red zone. Man in motion. Going to hand it off to Scadaboo. Scadaboo is going to get back to the line of scrimmage and nowhere else. Things getting a little chippy. Oh, looks like we got another flag on the play. What we got here? Oh, God. Defensive holding on the Chiefs is going to be a 5-yard penalty and another automatic first down. So we are at the Kansas City 13 now. So looks like they called it on Chris Jones. Yeah, because he was holding that lineman. All right, so 1:47 to go. Kansas City from the Kansas City 13. 1st and 10. Both teams still have all 3 timeouts. Malik Neighbors lined out wide. Looks like he's got one-on-one to the outside. He's going to hand it off to Scadaboo. Scadaboo's got some room. Scadaboo diving for the end zone. No signal yet. It is a touchdown, Cam Scadaboo, to put the Giants on the board. A great athletic play by Scadaboo to get into the end zone, stretching. Gets tripped up right around the 5, dives from the 3, puts an arm down. Oof. Great athletic play. Tripped up at the 5, jumps from the 4, and goes airborne to get into the end zone. Currently tied 6-6. Here we go for the extra point after. Hold is down. Kick is. Oh, ball is blocked. So we hang out at 6-6. The kick was blocked. You've seen a lot of that today. So Scadaboo with the score. I believe that is his second touchdown of the season. Fantastic drive by the New York Giants, which was, let's see what we got here. 8 plays, 70 yards, 3 minutes and 40 seconds to cap off the scoring drive. Incredible. Incredible. So, for those of you who don't know, I have a second screen here. I have my stat sheet, which is basically just ESPN to let me know where the ball is. I mean, I can see it, but this gives me, game leaders and stats and everything, so that way I can direct it back to you guys. But my tablet is dying, so let me go get that real quick. We'll be right back. Alright, there we go. Now I got this charging, so we're good. Alright, so we are 1:44 left in the second quarter. New York Giants are getting ready to kick it off to the Kansas City Chiefs. So they're going to field it at the goal line, bring it out. Going to spin at the 20 and going to get hit at the 20. So we have 1st and 10 from the Kansas City 20-yard line. Looks like they're going to give him an extra 2 yards. That was just a bad hold. Somebody got a hand on it. I mean, he might have missed it anyways. All right, so 1st and 10 from the Kansas City 22. Patrick Mahomes, empty backfield. Going to be a lot of throwing. Pumps, looking. Could be a flag. No flag. 2nd and 10 from the 22. Incomplete pass. So Kansas City here has an opportunity to really go up big, because if they go down and they score here, they get the ball at the start of the second half. So they could potentially go up 2 scores here. All right, so 135, 2nd and 10 from the Kansas City 22. Patrick Mahomes takes a snap, looking downfield, dumps it off to Pacheco. That looked like a backwards pass, and Mahomes gets it. So again, Mahomes dumps it off backwards. They're going to lose yardage here, and they're going to be backed up all the way to inside the 10-yard line. Oh my gosh, so 3rd and 25. The Giants used the second timeout. I don't know why. It was no, I guess it was a live ball. So, Giants timeout. It's 3rd and 25 from Kansas City's own 8-yard line. We got some big stuff here, peeps. We got some big stuff here. I mean, he did the same thing not too long ago where, earlier in I think the first quarter or early in the second quarter, where he threw it backwards to Pacheco, and Pacheco, it skipped the ground, and there was the whole thing. There was the challenge, and so to do it again, so 3rd and 5, wow. Okay, yeah, from the 7-yard line. I mean, yeah, I'm just playing prevent defense at this point. All right, so Kareem Hunt moving forward. All right, so 4th down. Giants are going to get the ball back with a minute to go. They use their final timeout. So it's 1:19 left. Giants call a timeout. They're going to get the ball back with about a minute 3. Oh, so sorry, they just added more time. So it's a minute 21 left in the game. So they're going to get the ball back with about a minute 19, minute 18 left. If you factor in all the the air time and everything like that. So Azaria has a 49-yard average. So 4th and 19. He's going to kick it from the goal line. So the Giants should have very good field position here after this. Oh, that's a flag. He was hit out of bounds. So we got one flag on the play. It looks like another ref came over and threw their cap off. So illegal touching is going to be one of them because I hit a Chiefs player first. And then this other one might be a late hit out of bounds. So we'll see what we got here. Yep. So kicking interference. So 10-yard penalty. So just one flag. So so catch interference. Because he didn't call for a fair catch. But even if you don't call for a fair catch, I believe you still have to give the opportunity for them to catch it. So here we go, 111. And from the Kansas City, let's see where we're at here. So from the Kansas City 41. So 1st and 10. Looks like Kansas City is showing pressure. They rush 4. Russell Wilson hit as he threw. Yeah, you can't hold this ball so long against the Chiefs. I will say that the Chiefs front is very good at getting to the quarterback, and yeah, I mean they were basically climbing on his back. Okay, so 2nd and 10 from the 41. Russell Wilson 7-12 for 39 yards and an interception. Now again, you have no timeouts. Okay, looking, got a man, pass interference maybe. Yep, looks like we're gonna get a pass interference call. He was looking for Darius Slayton. I mean, he had a guy draped all over him. I mean, this is a good call. At the very least, it's probably defensive holding. Oh, a face mask. So a 15-yard penalty. All right, so it's a face mask on Williams against Slayton. So right there at the very beginning, he just hooks a finger right into his face mask. The Chiefs six penalties for 65 yards. So we're at the 31-yard line now. So it's a 10-yard penalty. It looks like. So minute 2, we're going to hand this ball off and get it to the 26. Looks like the Chiefs are going to call a timeout here with 56 seconds to go. Maybe thinking they can save some clock. Okay, so 56 seconds, and Andy Reid elects to use his first time out of the half. So Malik Neighbors has not gotten any passes tonight, which is pretty surprising. Looks like, he's been covered up pretty well from all the highlights that they're showing. Double coverage. So got some double coverage there. So they're definitely keeping an eye on him. He's got 1 target tonight. So we'll see. We'll see if we can get a play into a playmaker's hands here. Even if you get him on a wide receiver screen, I feel like you gotta get the ball into his hands somehow. Okay, here we go. So 56 seconds. Neighbors in motion. Lines up to the outside. Singletary. Russell Wilson dropping back. Great protection. Throwing Malik Neighbors his way, and he throws another interception. Russell Wilson throws another interception. He throws it into the end zone, so it's going to be a touchback. Kansas City's going to get this ball at the 25-yard line with 49 seconds and 2 timeouts. Dang. That is tough. All right, so 1st and 10 from the 20, sorry, not the 25. So Patrick Mahomes is going to get another shot at it, and Brian Burns is going to knock it down. Let's say he's hurt. Brian Burns came down awkward. He's sitting on the field, grabbing that left knee, it looks like. Let's see how he landed here. He jumps. Oof. I just hyperextended that knee a little bit. Medical team looking at Brian Burns right now. He's sitting up. So we got an injury timeout for the Giants. So they're helping him up, helping Brian Burns up. Looks like he's putting pressure on that leg. Walking off under his own power. So it looks like he's gonna be all right. Maybe just tweaked it a little bit. Just landed pretty awkwardly. Looks like he's gonna be able to come back and play in this game. Maybe take halftime and just kind of rest it, ice it, get a cortisone shot in there, and put him back out. So now you lose, a great edge rusher in Brian Burns. So now we got Kayvon Thibodeau kind of taking his spot, moving him over. 2nd and 10 from the 20. Empty backfield for Patrick Mahomes over the middle. Travis Kelce catches it. Gets thrown up to 10 yards. So another 1st down for Kansas City here. 2nd time out with 37 seconds left. So they're going to take a 30-second break, but we're not going to go anywhere. We're going to stay right here. Motivating, Manning. Excuse me. All right, so 40 seconds left. So they put a little bit of extra time on the clock. So we got 40 seconds left in the half. 6-6 tie. Kansas City got one timeout. They're going to be hiking this from the about the 20-yard line, maybe the 19, depending on where they spot this ball. So maybe 1st and 10, maybe second and 9. So 3rd and 1. So it's going to be from the 19-yard line. They're going to add more time onto the clock. Looks like they're going to add another 3 seconds, if I heard that correctly. So 43 seconds. Yep. Brian Burns still on the sidelines. So 43 seconds from the 19. 3rd and 1. Kansas City's got one timeout. All right, 3rd and 1 from the 29. They're going to get it. They're going to be at the 33. So they're going to have to take their final timeout with 40 seconds left. Yep. So Kansas City takes their final timeout with 40 seconds left. It's 1st and 10. Oh, Burns is back in the game, so a good sign for New York here. Preview of next Sunday, Micah Parsons going back to Dallas to play the Cowboys with his new team, the Green Bay Packers, who took a shocking loss today against the Browns. Beautiful New York City. Nice shot of the Brooklyn Bridge. Great shot of the Freedom Tower. All lit up. Here we go. 1st and 10 from the 32-yard line. Patrick Mahomes dropping back. Going to roll out to his right. Looking downfield. Going to get grabbed. And got tackled as he was throwing. He got rid of it. So it's going to be 2nd and 10. But he had Abdul Carter draped on his back. All right. So got a man in motion, Gray in motion. Patrick Mahomes takes the snap, dropping back, looking downfield, loading up, throwing. Looks like he got hit as he threw. Ooh, and the Giants almost having it come away with an interception. Great defense by Adebo. So 3rd and 10, 27 seconds left in the half. I mean, that was a beautifully placed ball. I mean, that was a beautiful coverage by Adebo. Kayvon Thibodeau just barely got to Patrick Mahomes. Adebo, nearly takes this ball away from Thornton. So 3rd and 10 from the 32-yard line. 27 seconds left. No timeouts for either team. False start. No call on the false start. Throw it over the middle, and he drops it. Juju Smith-Schuster drops the ball. We got a flag on the play. That's crazy. What do we got? Illegal contact on the defense. That's wild. That's an automatic 1st down. But man, I mean, they missed an obvious false start here. Look, and they're shouting it out right now. Taylor. All right, so 1st and 10 from the 42-yard line. Sorry, from the 37-yard line. Patrick Mahomes looking, got all day, getting traced. All right, flush out of the pocket. Abdul Carter on his back, still running, looking, loading, throwing. Ball is up. That's going to be pass interference. on Phillips. Oh, no. Oh, no, the flag comes in for pass interference, and that puts them in the red zone, about the 5, maybe 8-yard line. We got 7 seconds left in the half. Oh, mental mistake by Phillips. Oh, no. Oh, no. From the Giants 11. I mean, man, they had pressure on him. Abdul Carter basically had him wrapped up, gave him time. He pushed, loads this ball up. Oh, no, just a mental mistake. All right, so 1st and 10 from the 11. You got 7 seconds left. If you don't have anything, you got to get rid of it. All right, incomplete. 4 seconds left. You're going to bring out the field goal unit here, I would assume, to try and take a lead into halftime. That's exactly what they do. Here comes Harrison Butker. They'll line up for about a 30-yard field goal. Okay. Here we go. Line up for about a 28-yard field goal. It looks like 4 seconds left in the half. Snap is good. Snap is down. Kick is up. And right down the middle. Chiefs lead 9-6. Triple zeros on the clock. It is halftime. With that being said, I will be back in about 10 minutes, guys. What's going on, folks? Welcome back. We are going to be coming out of halftime soon for the Chiefs versus the Giants. Hey, listen, we got a great game going on right now. Listen, last year, a couple years ago, this game would not be as close as what it is now. So we are at a score of 9-6, and Chiefs are going to get the ball to start the second half. Just a little bit of news around the NFL. So we got 6 remaining 3-0 teams. We have Philadelphia, we have Tampa, we have San Francisco, we have the Indianapolis Colts, we have the Chargers. Let's see, who is the last one? They just freaking talked about them. Let me know in the comments who I forgot. But obviously, all those teams getting a win this week to continue their undefeated streak. Daniel Jones making history, and I know Giants fans don't want to hear this, but Daniel Jones making history. 3 touchdown passes and 3 rushing touchdowns in the first 3 weeks of the season. I mean, first ever, with 0 turnovers, of course. This is the first time the player has done that in the Super Bowl era. So, congrats to Daniel Jones. Truly looking like Danny Dimes out there. A lot of dominating victories. Obviously, Indianapolis played the Titans today. Give it up for the Vikings defense. Isaiah Rodgers, who had a phenomenal game. First Viking in franchise history to have 2 defensive scores in a single game. So he had a pick 6, but then he also had a punch out and scoop and score. But also didn't stop there. He also had another punch out earlier that on Jamar Chase. So great run by the Vikings defense today. A lot of good games. As I mentioned, the Chargers are 3-0. The Chargers and the Broncos had a fantastic game. That game came down to the last second field goal. So, but stick around for after the Giants and Chiefs game, as we kind of go over in depth some of those games that we got into today, and we'll kind of break those down a little bit in further detail. So as of right now, what we're looking at is we have Patrick Mahomes 12 of 23 for 100 passing yards. We have Russell Wilson 7 of 13 for 39 passing yards and 2 interceptions. Isaiah Pacheco 3 carries for 17 yards. Cam Scadaboo is now our lead carrier for 6 carries on 39 yards and a touchdown. And then our receiving leaders is also going to be Cam Scadaboo for the Giants with 3 receptions for 19 yards. And for the Chiefs, it is going to be Juju Smith-Schuster with 3 receptions for 52 yards. Sack leaders, Brian Burns has 1. Nobody on the Chiefs has gotten to Russell Wilson yet. They've gotten close, but they haven't gotten to him yet. And tackles is going to be Brian Burns also with 3 solo tackles. And Nick Bolton has 5 solo tackles. So we are back for the second half. Chiefs receive the kick, and they're going to go down at about the 26-yard line. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen, start of the second half. All right, so the word from the coach is defense is looking good. Just got to tighten up a little bit, and then offensively, they just got to convert on third down. So Isaiah Pacheco here on 1st and 10, going to get about 3 yards. 2nd and 7 from the Kansas City 29. So Brian Burns is back in the game. Not limping. Looks like he's moving around pretty well. So must have got some treatment on that knee while he was in at the half. Maybe some ice or just, like I said, a cortisone shot. 2nd and 7. The pass to Hollywood Brown is complete. So that is going to be a 17-yard gain. So 1st and 10 from the Kansas City 46-yard line. All right. Patrick Mahomes under center. Man in motion. Gonna hand it off to Pacheco. Pacheco bursts through the hole. Gets about 8 yards. It's going to be 2nd and 2 from the New York Giants 46-yard line. All right, going to give it to Pacheco again. Abdul Carter's going to meet him in the backfield. And he's going to lose a yard. 3rd and 3. Great tackle by Abdul Carter. Meet Isaiah Pacheco in the hole. What's going on, Christian? How you doing, man? Just kind of calling this football game tonight. Abdul Carter, an absolute beast, and meets Isaiah Pacheco in the backfield. All right, so 3rd and 3 from the New York Giants. Looks like they're 40, 48, 47. Patrick Mahomes hits Kelsey at the 1st down marker, and he's going to get about 10 yards after the catch for a total of 13 yards. So we are 1st and 10 from the New York Giants 34-yard line. All right, here we go. 1st and 10 from the 20. So Patrick Mahomes hits Hollywood Brown. Looks like it's going to be 2nd down from the 27-yard line. 2nd and 3. Nice. Very nice. College football 26. I haven't gotten college football 26. I'm still rocking 25. All right, so 2nd and 3 from the New York 27. See what we got here. Man in motion. Patrick Mahomes under center. Looks like Isaiah Pacheco in the backfield. Man in motion again. Going to hand off the jet sweep. He's going to slip through. He's going to get the 1st down plus some. It's going to be about a 4-yard gain. So 1st and 10 from the New York Giants 22. Not a big Mahomes fan, but I really don't want to see an 0-3 start. I can't say the same. I mean, I think I don't think they'll start 0-3. I really don't, but it could be a possibility. I mean, it's only 9-6. So 1st and 10 from the 22-yard line. Going to hand it off to Pacheco. Pacheco's going to run to the left side. He's got room to run. He's at the 1st down marker and knocked out of bounds. So they're at the New York Giants 12-yard line with a fresh set of downs. So just outside of goal to go here. Yeah, Isaiah Pacheco. Yeah, they shift everybody to the right, and Pacheco just goes to the left, and he's got just all this room to run. All right, so 1st and 10 from the New York 12. I'm going to give it to Pacheco again. He's going to run up the middle. He's going to get about 4.5 yards. So 2nd down from the New York 8. So this is where the Giants have been really tight in their play, being able to keep Kansas City out of the end zone, at least for the first half. But, Kansas City looks like they're kind of having their way right now. And we could see a touchdown here. So 2nd and 5. Sorry, yeah, 2nd and 6 from the 8 to Juju Smith-Schuster, who gets down at about the 5-yard line. So we're looking at 3rd and 3 from the New York 5. I don't know. If they start 0-3, I mean, that's going to be tough sledding. I mean, the Chiefs, I think, have one of the harder schedules throughout the course of the year. So, they need to win these games, especially teams that they should definitely be beating. All right, 3rd and 3 from the 5-yard line. They can get a first down without scoring. So they got Kareem Hunt motion, looking. Thornton touchdown. Touchdown for Tyquan Thornton. So 10 plays, capped off 74 yards in 6 minutes and 38 seconds. Let's see Thornton here, lined up in the slot, just going to run a slant route. And Patrick Mahomes kind of put that ball behind him. Let's see, D. So catch, down on the ground. He is in. That is a touchdown. Harrison buck around for the extra point. Snap is good. Hold is good. Kick is up. Low to the left, but it is inside the upright. And it is a 10-point lead for the Kansas City Chiefs now. So Kansas City takes the ball out of the second half, marches down the field in 10 plays, and scores. So with that being said, I will be right back, sir. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Welcome back. We are streaming the Sunday Night Football game here on KFR Sportscast on Facebook, on YouTube, and on Twitch. Oh my goodness, that is terrifying. Okay, so we have a Kansas City touchdown coming out of the break. That just happened before we went into the break, actually. So 16-6, Kansas City is leading early in the third quarter again with a drive that took about 6.5 minutes to go. So here's the kickoff to the Giants. A little pooch kick. They're going to field it at the 5. take it back, and he's got a little bit of room to run, but he runs out, and he's going to be down at about the 32-yard line. So Cam Scadaboo is the running back that we're keeping an eye on here. Tyrone Tracy went out early in the game, and Cam Scadaboo has been the one taking over since then, scoring the Giants' one and only touchdown in the second quarter. So Malik Neighbors in motion. Again, hasn't seen a whole lot of action. Cam Scadaboo with the ball. He's going to bounce to the right outside. He's getting chased down. Going to get hit at the line of scrimmage. No gain. Second down from the 32-yard line. And again, folks, after the game, make sure that you guys stick around because I will be going over some of the games that happened around the NFL today. Some of the crazy endings and the final scores. May try to get some of the guys on here so that way we can kind of have fun and talk about it all together. All right, second down and 10 for the New York Giants. Got a man in motion coming across to the left. Russell Wilson stepping up. Russell Wilson taking off. Past the first down marker, going to slide at about the 47-yard line. So it's going to be first and 10 from, it looks like, the New York 46. So advice, you can manage it. Oh, I can do that. That's easy, Christian, if you want me to. Surely. Is that Jackson Dart making an appearance with a rush to the 50-yard line? Sure was. My goodness. We can do that right there. How about that? Let me know if that's good. All right, Russell Wilson pump fakes. He has no time. Chris Jones is going to take him down. And so it is going to be 3rd and 12 from the Giants' 44-yard line. All right, so we got 3rd and 12. Finally, the Chiefs get to Russell Wilson for their first sack of the game. So 3rd and 12 from the 44. Russell Wilson looking downfield, stepping up, and he is going to rush himself. And he's going to get hit, and he's going to go down at about the 50. I almost said 52. Sorry, the 48-yard line of the Kansas City Chiefs. So it is 4th down. Let's see what Daboll likes to do here. Looks like they're going to send the punt unit out. I probably would have went for it. You're on the plus side of the 50. You know, you really need the points. So now you're going to give the ball back to the Chiefs, who just went down and scored. So yeah, probably would have went for it. Daboll. Oh, they almost got to him. So about a 5-yard return. Looks like the Chiefs are going to set up at the Kansas City 19-yard line. So we will be back after these messages, folks. Sorry, I'm back. I'm here. My bad. I hope this works. Question, let me know. It was a great idea. All right. So last drive, Patrick Mahomes was 5 for 5 for 45 yards. So now we are 1st and 10 from the 21-yard line. From the 19-yard line. So we're going to hand it off to Kareem Hunt, who's going to go down for about a 3-yard gain. It is 2nd and 7 from the 22. All right, 2nd and 7 from the 22-yard line. Patrick Mahomes quick out to, looks like Thornton, and Thornton's going to get a rush of about 5, so 3rd and 2 from the 27. I like it just a little bit. Your stream quality is good, but just the overlay is like 480p. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough, I know. 3rd and 2. And he gets Gray for about 10-yard for a 10-yard pass. So 1st and 10 from 37. Let's see. All right, Kareem Hunt, gain of about 3 on the play. Let's see how this looks on a full screen. I mean, it looks good on my screen. It might just be you. I mean, because I also have it pulled up. That's cool. All right, sweet. So 2nd and 8 here. For Kareem Hunt, he's going to get about 6. So 3rd and 2, 3rd and 1 from the 46. Well, that's good. As long as you can see what you want to see, that's all that matters. So third and 1 from the Kansas City 46-yard line. Giants looking to get a stop here. Need a stop. All right, 3rd and 1. You would assume that they're probably going to run the ball here. And they are going to throw it in. Oh, Thornton, he just wasn't ready. Oh. So 4th and 1 from the Kansas City 46. I mean, I think you stay, maybe keep the offense out there. I mean, because if you don't get it, your defense has been playing well enough that they can get you the ball back. So let's see what they do. Let's see if they actually snap it or if they're just going to try and draw them off sides. Let's see what they got. Yeah, timeout for the Giants. I don't know. I mean, again, high risk, high reward. if you go for it, you actually say, "Oh, it looks like they pulled them off. Looks like they're going to punt it." Looks like they're going to punt this ball. All right. You gotta watch it though. Andy Reid can be tricky. A fake is not out of the question here. All right, good punt. Down at the 10. He's going to try and return it back. He gets to the 20 and down. So about a 10-yard return. So it's going to be 1st and 10 from the New York 20. And with that being said, guys, we will be right back after the timeouts. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back to the Sunday Night Football brought to you by KFR Sportscast. We do have a great suggestion from Mr. Christian Wood down in the comments, who suggested putting up the overlay here for you guys to see the score, so that way you guys don't have to listen to me talk all the time. You can just kind of watch the screen too. So we just had a punt by the Chiefs, so it is going to be 1st and 10 from the New York 20 for the Giants. Let's see if they can do anything with the ball. So fake to Cam Scatterboo, gonna dump it off to him. He's got some room to run, got the first down, and then some. You're gonna get about an extra 10 yards pass. So we are at the New York Giants 41 now. About 18 yards after the catch. So Cam Scatterboo, leading rusher for the Giants, also leading receiver for the Giants, because Malik Neighbors has been pretty much locked up. Gonna dump it off to the tight end, 84. He's gonna get about. He's still trucking. Oh, push the pile. Wow. So caught it 3 yards past the line of scrimmage, and then pushed and kept the legs churning to get the first down at the Kansas City 49. And that is going to bring us to the end of the third quarter, ladies and gentlemen. So we will have 1st and 10 when the third quarter comes back. But I'm not going to go anywhere. I'm going to stay here and kind of just talk a little bit. So those of you who actually got to watch the games today, Had a lot of fantastic games, a lot of great finishes. Kind of looking at the next week's matchups. Thursday night, we have Seattle and Arizona. Me personally, I think Seattle's going to mop the floor. I said it going into week 3 that Arizona was probably the sorriest 2-0 team. And then they barely had anything to put together against a very hurt San Francisco 49ers team today in getting their first loss. And on the flip side of that, the Seattle Seahawks have looked phenomenal. After dropping I believe they dropped their first game and then winning their last 2 very decisively. Double digits. I mean, they beat Pittsburgh. They put, I think, 40 up on Pittsburgh. I think they put about 45 or almost 50 up on the Saints today. Now, granted, it was the Saints. But the Saints was a team that Arizona barely beat. And then how about Carolina? Let's talk about that, too. Carolina giving Atlanta a donut today. Carolina defense, doing the great work for us Bucks fans and pitching a shutout to the Falcons, 30-0. Absolutely crazy. I was stoked. I don't want to get too excited though because I don't want the Panthers to be good, but I want them to be good enough to beat the Falcons, twice. If there are games that the Panthers can win is to beat the Falcons, I think that would be the best option for me as a fan, as a Bucks fan. So, but no, Bethpage Black Golf Course. Oh my gosh, that looks beautiful. If I could play there, I would. I'd play anywhere. I'd play anywhere if I could. I'd put it right in all those sand traps. I sure would. All right, 1st and 10 from the 40. Looks like the 49, the Kansas City 49. So we're on the plus side of the field here for the Giants. Russell Wilson takes a snap, looking. He's going to roll out to his right. He's going to get tracked down, throws the ball, and he's going to get a guy on the sideline who has 2 feet in bounds. Got some flags, got some hats off. Let's see what we got here. Oh, looks like he stepped out of bounds. Oh, this might be rough. So his feet did slide out of bounds, but I don't think he reestablished himself. Oh, that's tough. So yeah, it was an illegal touching. Oof. All right. So tough break. 2nd and 10 now from the 49-yard line. After that got wiped away. That was a great play too. Just unfortunate. All right. So empty backfield for Russell Wilson. He's going to throw one to, it looks like Malik Neighbors, who's in the slot. Gain of 4. So 3rd and 6 from the 45. So Malik Neighbors is now in the box score for some yardage. All right, so 3rd and 6 from the 45. Russell Wilson drops back, looking, loading, throwing, could get intercepted again. And it looks like Malik Neighbors is hurt. So Cook. So Cook for Kansas City is hurt, and it looks like Malik Neighbors is also hurt in the end zone. All right, so Neighbors got up, and he's heading off to the sideline. Looks like there's still a Chief down. Yeah, to close out for like 2 minutes. Let's see what it was at. That was like 2 minutes ago. So there was an illegal touching on the Giants. Receiver slid, like he went to go plant his feet, slid out of bounds, and then came back in bounds and didn't establish himself before catching the ball. So illegal touching. And now what we got going on here was there was a collision in the end zone between the defenseman Cook, I didn't catch his first name, and Malik Neighbors. Malik Neighbors got up and ran off the field under his own power, but they are working on the defensive back right now for the Chiefs. So they are at a commercial break. We're going to stay on here. So it looks like, I think that was Brashad Cook, I think is who that was. Yeah. So, but it was an incompletion. It was an incompletion. So, but yeah, just kind of talking about some of the games that happened today. Thank goodness the Bears actually decided to show up for their game against the Cowboys. The Bears helped me inadvertently beat one of my coworkers in fantasy. So I was able to take down Doug, who had the Cowboys. And so, for those of you who don't know, I have a fantasy football team at work, and basically what it is each people picked 2 NFL teams, but you can only play one of those NFL teams at a time. And so I played Buffalo this week, and my opponent played Dallas. So I needed Chicago to step up in a big way. Looks like Cook is walking off under his own power now as well. Looks like he kind of rolled up on himself. So thankfully he is okay. So now we are back with a 4th and 6. Offense is still on the field from the Kansas City 45. They should have done this last time too. All right. All right, they take the snap. Russell Wilson looking, gets to the first down marker, and it is complete. Oh, ball comes out. Oh, no. Oh, no. Receiver caught it, was on the ground. Looks like Wan'Dale Robinson caught it, and then it got poked out. But was he down by contact first? There is a flag on the play. And it looks like they're pointing to the Giants. So was he down by contact first? Got to sort out this flag, though. Oh, so it was a defensive pass interference. All right, so an automatic first down on McDuffie. So he did. He grabbed him, yeah. So, and then he poked it out. So, wow. So the Giants bailed out by by a pass interference call there, because that was going to get real ugly real quick. Real ugly real quick. Okay, so 1st and 10 from the 40 now. Cam Scadaboo lined up in the backfield. Got a stack of Malik Neighbors and Slayton. Going to fake the handoff. Russell Wilson loading up. He's going to dump it off to Scadaboo. Scadaboo's got some room. He's going to trip his way to the first down marker and get about 12 yards. So ran about 9 yards after the catch, but a total yardage of 12 yards for Cam Scadaboo. And it is 1st down from the Kansas City 28. All right, so 1st and 10 from the 28-yard line. Got Wan'Dale Robinson in motion. Going to fake the handoff to Scadaboo. Wan'Dale Robinson looking at him. He's going to dump it off to the tight end. Tight end gets about 7 yards. What was that, Moncrief? Oh, 2nd down. Jackson Dart coming back into the game. Going to get some action. Let's see what we can do here. Mixing it up a little bit. 2nd and 3. Jackson Dart's going to get his turn to play a little bit. Here we go. All right, going to hand it off to Scadaboo. Scadaboo's going to get the 1st down, then some, and then he's going to get dropped at the 11-yard line. Come on, let the kid throw. Let the kid throw. It's going to be first and 10 from the 12. Looks like they're going to keep Jackson Dart out there. Great run by Scadaboo. Jackson Dart still lined up. He's in a shotgun formation. He's got Scadaboo to his right. Looks like he's got that Johnson to his left. All right, so here we go. Going to hand it off to Scadaboo again. Scadaboo got a little bit of room. He got tripped up at about the 10-yard line. So a gain of 2 to the Kansas City 9. Come on, let the kid throw it. Jackson Dart does have some running ability. May not be a whole lot. Oh, and they got Russell Wilson back in the game. Malik Neighbors lined up wide. Wan'Dale Robinson in motion. Cam Scadaboo lined up in the backfield. Russell Wilson rolls to his right, passing. He's got, who is that? Slayton. Slayton's going to get dropped at about the 6-yard line. We got injured Chief on the field, looks like. So it's going to be 3rd and 4 from the 6 when we come back. Well, when we get back to action, I don't know if they're going to do a timeout here. They might. Oh, looks like he took a shot from Scadaboo. He just kind of got bounced everywhere. Yeah, he just got roughed up on that play. Looks like he's walking off the field under his own power, so that's good. It's good for Kansas City. Probably just got the wind knocked out of him. I mean, he took a little shot from. Yeah, the injuries are crazy. The only thing that is crazier than the injuries, Christian, is the missed field goals. I don't know if you have looked into it, but the missed field goals this season has been ridiculous. If you get a chance to look into it, look into all the missed field goals that have happened this year so far. All right, 3rd and 4 from the 6-yard line. Russell Wilson got Cam Scadaboo lined up to his right-hand side. Malik Neighbors in the slot. Wan'Dale Robinson out. He's going to hand it off to Scadaboo. Oh, no, he's going to keep it. And he's going to get dropped at the 7-yard line. So that is going to go down as a sack. So it is 4th and 5 for the New York Giants. Russell Wilson tried to keep it. They read that perfectly. Tried to go a little read option. Linebacker didn't bite. Graham Gano is going to come out. Now, if you were listening earlier, you knew that Graham Gano was questionable to return to the game. but here he is. So this is our first appearance of Graham Gano on a field goal attempt. So we got 25 yards. Kick is up, and kick is good for the Giants. And we are 16-9 with just over 10 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. So with that being said, we are going to step away for a couple minutes, and we will be right back, folks. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Okay, you probably can. All right, so 16-9, 10-12 to go in the fourth quarter here. Chiefs are going to field the kickoff at the 5, and he's going to get met at the 22-yard line. Looks like they're going to give him up to the 23. So 1st and 10 from the 23 for the Chiefs. So hear me? Okay, cool. Thank you, sir. All right, so we're going to go hand off Isaiah Pacheco. Pacheco's going to get about 4 yards. So it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 2nd and 6 from the Kansas City 27. So this let's see, I don't know what happened, but the quality it's perfect now. Hey, well, sometimes it just happens, internet service, download speeds, stuff like that. So, well, I'm glad it's perfect though. I'm glad it's looking good. Inadvertently, Patrick Mahomes getting pressured, going to throw it out of bounds. It's going to be 3rd and 6. Getting helped up by his best friend. Getting helped up by the ref. Anyways, without looking at it, this game has subtly, I don't think that's the right word, been good. All right, 3rd and 6 for Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. Got Isaiah Pacheco in the backfield. Hollywood Brown in motion. Looks like they're sending pressure. And hit as he threw. And it looks like Thornton caught the ball. And he's going to be down at about the 49. Patrick Mahomes took a shot as he let that ball go. Yeah. Thank you, Chris Collinsworth. That's exactly what I just said. But Dexter Lawrence, really, he did, man. He just popped. So Thornton with the catch. So 1st and 10 from the 48-yard line, from their own 48-yard line. Now he's going to dump it off. And going to get pushed out right about the 1st down marker. So gain of 8 on the play. So it's going to be 2nd and 2 from the Giants' 44-yard line. 8:20 and rolling for time. All right, 2nd and 2 from the Giants' 44-yard line. Hollywood Brown in motion. Take the snap. Looking at Hollywood Brown. Hollywood Brown catches it at about the 40. Gets down at about the 39-yard line. So 1st and 10 from the 39. Well, I am way off. The Giants 34? Do I not know? Do I not know how to count? Brian, jeez. This would be a lot easier if I could actually see the whole field. It's very hard to do this watching a TV. I'll be completely honest with you. Oh, it is 34. Okay, yeah. All right, Pacheco met in the backfield, but manages to get back to the line of scrimmage. So 2nd down and 10 from the 34-yard line. Bobby Okereke just follows Isaiah Pacheco and then meets him. Bang! Great read by Bobby Okereke. All right, 2nd and 10 from the 34-yard line. Takes the snap, drops back, looking deep, puts up a ball. Got a man. Oh! And that might be a touchdown. It is a touchdown. It is a touchdown by Thornton. They're calling it a touchdown. He slid. He dropped at the 2-yard line and slid across the end zone. So no contact. Oh, this is going to be an incomplete pass. This is very much going to be a Dez Bryant situation. So this is an incomplete pass. It's going to be 3rd and 10. Excuse me. Wow. So for those of you who don't know what just happened, is basically he caught it and he hit the ground and the ball kind of popped out. Had he held on to this ball though, it would have been a touchdown. Incomplete pass, 3rd and 10 from the 34-yard line. Let's see what we can do here. We're gonna dial up some pressure. See, if this was Tampa, they'd be dialing up some pressure. They'd be sending. It looks like they are. It looks like they're gonna rush 5. And they do. They rush 5. Flushing Mahomes throws across his body. Oh my God! And he's down at the 1. Thornton with a crazy catch. Oh, he comes right back to him. Phillips, great defense, and Thornton just adjusts his body, and he does. He hangs on to this ball. He hangs on to it this time. Oh my gosh. Down at the 1-yard line on a 3rd and 10. Oh, that has just got to be so deflating if you're the Giants. Oh. All right, so 1st and goal from the 1-yard line. Give it to Pacheco. Pacheco stopped. Oh, no, sorry. Kareem Hunt stopped initially and then gets in for the touchdown. Now it is 22-9. Kansas City. This game is getting out of hand at this point. 9 plays, 77 yards, 4 minutes in time of possession. There is a flag on the play. This is going to be after. So this is going to be anything after the play itself. So this could be excessive celebration. Okay, so it was an unsportsmanlike conduct against Kareem Hunt on the celebration because it looks like he went like this, which obviously is a very, I guess the NFL has deemed an inappropriate gesture, so it's a 15-yard penalty, and that is added to the try. But so it does still count for the touchdown though. So Harrison Butker for the extra point, which looks like it's going to be about a 45, 46 yarder. Sorry, 48, and it hooks to the left and is no good. Wide left. Wide left for Harrison Butker. Remember what I just said, Christian. Look into missed field goals this year. Because that was 46 yards. 46 yards should basically be automatic for a professional football kicker. All right, so while we're in a commercial break, let me step aside for a second. I'll keep you guys going, but I'm going to step aside for a second. There we go. All right. Yes. See the field goal curse. It is. There have been so many missed field goals. I should be keeping count because there have been so many. And I'm not even talking like blocked field goals. There was a ton of blocked field goals today. I'm just saying missed field goals in general. There has been at least in every game that has been played this season so far, in the 3 weeks that we are into this season, there has been at least, and I will swear by this, at least 2 missed field goals that were not altered by being tipped or anything like that. Just straight up missed. 2 per game. I can promise that. I mean, there's been 2 this game. Just this game, there's been 2. I mean, obviously I just saw one. We just witnessed one. But there was the extra point from Cam Scadaboo's touchdown earlier that Graham Gano didn't kick, and it was somebody, the placeholder, I think, and he missed it. So, all right, Giants field this at the 5. He's going to run it back. Singletary to the 35. So about the 37-yard line. So we're going to go 1st and 10 from the 37-yard line. The Giants have to be aggressive here. They got to find a way to get Malik Neighbors involved. I mean, that has to be their saving grace. I'd say give Jackson Dart a shot. But that's just me. But you got to find a way to get Malik Neighbors involved in this game. I mean, Scadaboo's doing great things running the ball, but you got to be able to pass this ball. It's 2nd and 1 from the 46, from the Giants 46, and you probably don't have a whole lot of hope, but you're not going to be able to run the ball because you're just going to chew up clock. So Scadaboo gets a 1st down, and then some. So it's going to be 1st and 10 from the Kansas City 45. Finish this quiz. I appreciate you, Christian. Yeah, I'll be back on. I'll continue to be on for all the post-game stuff, kind of going over everything that happened today. Good luck on your quiz. Appreciate you stopping in. And if I don't see you later, have a great night. Or sorry, my camera's here. Have a great night, man. All right, Russell Wilson dropping, looking. He's going to step up. Nope, he's going to roll out to his left. Throw downfield. Got a man in Slayton. 1st down. Gotta move here. So free play. Free play if you want it. Well, you're gonna take the offsides here. Or was it illegal formation or a false start? Oh, illegal shift. Oh, that's tough. 1st and 15. All right, so 1st and 15 from the Kansas City 40. Russell Wilson dropping back. All right, gets it to his tight end for about 5 yards, so you get the penalty yardage back. 2nd down and probably 9 from the 34. I mean, this is all right. Devin Singletary got 3:40 left, 3:45. All right, looking, overthrows Malik Neighbors. I mean, you're forcing it. You are. 4th and 5. You need this. You need this right here. So 3.5 minutes left. 4th and 5 from the Kansas City 30. Got him. Wandale Robinson. Inside the 5. 1st and goal. Line up. Gotta line up here. Out of the back of the end zone. All right, you need to score here. Fantastic catch by Wandale Robinson. So 2nd and goal from the Kansas City 4. Intentional grounding. Y'all are crazy. Mike Tirico. All right, so you lost some yardage. So from the Kansas City 10, 2nd and goal. Well, sorry, not from the 10, from the 14. Russell Wilson going to take it himself to the 10. There we go. 3rd and goal. Yeah, they don't like that in New York. Getting a lot of boos. Kafka with a poor play calling. Why are you running the ball? You're wasting clock running the ball. All right, 4th and goal from the Kansas City 10. Needs something. I mean, you're going to drop pressure here. Steve Spagnuolo is going to drop some pressure. I mean, I'd send the house. 0 blitz. Ball game. What are you doing? Oh. Stupid. Oh, man. That about sums up the life of the Giants right now. So turnover on downs for the Giants. Give it back to Kansas City with 2:30 left. And we'll be back, folks. Sorry, guys. Just making a post real quick. All right. 2:31 left in the game here. I mean, Kansas City should just be running the ball at this point from here on out. Yeah, 5-yard gain there. And that should take us to a 2-minute warning. Oh, Giants are taking a timeout. I don't know why. So, yeah. So let's see. Chiefs schedule coming up: Ravens, Jags, Lions, Raiders, Commanders, and Bills. So a lot of mediocrity there. So the Ravens will be good. They'll beat the Jags. Lions will be good. They'll beat the Raiders. They could probably. And it depends on if Jaden Daniels is back or not for the Commanders. And then Buffalo, obviously. Run the ball again. Kareem Hunt gets 1 yard. So 3rd and 3. And that should take us. Okay, so Giants, Chargers, Saints, Eagles, Broncos, Eagles, 49ers. Okay. So the Saints, they can win. That's probably it. That's a tough schedule coming up. That is a tough schedule coming up. So this should take us, unless they call the timeout. Did they call a timeout? They did. Okay, so final timeout. So basically, the Giants just have the 2-minute warning left to stop the clock. It is 3rd and 4, so they could get a stop here and technically get the ball back. But with the way they've been playing tonight, they're not going to do anything with it. Honestly, at this point, I mean, I think your best bet is if you can get the ball back right now. So if you can make a stop, that's if. And Mahomes is going to load up and throw downfield. Okay. So, all right. So 4th and 4. Okay. I would not put Russell Wilson back out there. I would put Jameis Winston back out there. Honestly, I mean, at this point, and then I would probably start Jackson Dart next week. I would have Jameis Winston finish this game. All right, so here we go. Punt from Kansas City. We're going to bring this all the way down, okay? Kick it up. Ooh. Almost got to it. Where are you going? Okay, so 2:04 left. So you're gonna run a play before the 2-minute warning. Did he get there? What happened? Yeah, they almost got to that. All right. 2:04 left. Russell Wilson's got the ball at the 39-yard line. His own 39-yard line, to be said. Okay. False start. False start. So back him up 5 yards. So now it is 1st and 15 from the 31. Sorry, from the 34. Malik Neighbors with a catch down to the 44, and that is the 2-minute warning. And we will be back, folks. Oh, hey, we are back. I thought that was going to be 2 minutes. I guess not. All right, 2nd and 6 from the 43-yard line. Minute 59 to go. Here we go. Russell Wilson standing in the pocket, looking like he doesn't know what he's doing. And he throws it behind Scatterboo. Scatterboo takes a shot. So 1:54 to go. 3rd and 6 now from the 44-yard line. So 3rd and 6. And Russ skips that ball and almost gets intercepted. So 4th and 6. So here we go. It is 1:49 left. And we can basically conclude this this ball game right here. We're going to stay on until the clock hits 0 because we're going to stay on afterwards. But Spagnuolo is probably going to send a shit ton of pressure here. And we'll see what happens. All right, so we can pretty much call this the ball game. So they rush 4. Russ dips, and he's going to get taken down. And that's a turnover on downs, and the Kansas City Chiefs are going to get the ball at the 45-yard line. The Giants' 45-yard line at that. So victory formation for the Chiefs. Oh, the stadium is basically empty right now. What can you even say to these guys? And that is it. That is the ball game. 3 knees and they're out. And that is going to be the ball game for our. So the Giants are going to drop down to 0-3. The Kansas Cities are going to go to 1-2 with a final score of 22-9. So, thank you everybody for those of you who stayed around for the stream of the Sunday Night Football game. Give me a few minutes and I will see if anybody would like to jump on. But if not, we're just going to kind of review some of the games that went around today. So I will see you guys in a few. Whoa. Let's get a little close there, aren't you? You're a little close, man. No, why are you so close? There we go. Okay. That's better. Sorry about that. All right. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to KFR Sportscast. Obviously, we are just getting out of the Giants and Kansas City Chiefs game, where the Kansas City Chiefs have won 22 to 9. 22 to 9. I should know. We were just watching it. We've been on the air for 3.5 hours now, so you'd figure I'd know what we're doing. Okay. So with that being said, we're going to kind of go over some game day final stuff and some other news that kind of happened around the league. So starting off with the Texans and Jaguars, very close game, one possession game, 10-17 final score in Jacksonville for Jacksonville. Great game, great defensive game at least. C.J. Stroud had 204 passing yards with a touchdown and 2 interceptions for a 65% completion percentage. So he is continuing to struggle throughout the course of this season, as we have kind of noticed toward last season and kind of this season. Nick Chubb had 38 rushing yards on 9 attempts, and Nico Collins, 8 receptions for 100. Jeez, man. Check into this mood. 8 receptions for 104 yards and 1 touchdown. So those are the big names for the Texans. For the Jaguars, let me do this real quick. Maybe I can get some extra light in here. Let me get some. Let there be light. A little bit of light. Okay. We'll get rid of the studio light thing. I don't need it. At least I don't think I do. Tone it down a little bit. Okay. Anyways, all right. So Trevor Lawrence was at 222 passing yards, 1 interceptions, no touchdowns. Travis Etienne, 56 rushing yards on 16 attempts. That is horrible for 1 touchdown. So it's about 3.5 yards per carry. And then Brenton Strange, their tight end, 6 receptions for 6 receptions for 61 yards. That's about 10 yards per catch. So again, great fight for the Jacksonville Jaguars to, I believe, get their first win this week. Maybe they're 1-2, 2-1. But anyways, Houston drops to 0-3. I know that for a fact. So Houston drops to 0-3. And our next game, I kind of mentioned earlier on the stream, was the Falcons versus the Carolina Panthers, and Carolina took care of business. Michael Penix Jr. had 172 passing yards and a 50% completion percentage and 2 interceptions. Bijan Robinson was held to 72 rushing yards on 13 attempts. And Drake London was held to 5 receptions for 55 yards, which is roughly about 11. Well, not roughly, is 11 yards per reception. Bijan was averaging about 5.5 yards per carry. On the flip side of that, the Panthers, Bryce Young, semi-balled out for what he could. So 121 yards passing, 66% completion percentage, no touchdowns, but no interceptions. Chuba Hubbard had 17 attempts for 73 rushing yards, roughly about a little over 4 yards per carry. And then Tatarioa, not going to happen. T. McMillan had 3 receptions for 48 yards for a 16-yard average. Again, Carolina defense was the big story today, pitching a shutout against the Atlanta Falcons in a 30-0 victory. So go ahead, Carolina, and keep pounding, but don't keep pounding too much because you're still in my division. All right, the big stunner today was the Green Bay Packers going into Cleveland, and the Cleveland defense just fucking terrorizing the Green Bay Packers. So even with that being said, Jordan Love still had himself a decent day. 183 for 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He did have a 72% completion percentage. Josh Jacobs was not moving at all. You would have thought he didn't even play. So Josh Jacobs had 16 attempts for 30 yards. That's not even 2 yards a carry. Almost, but it's not. And then their rookie wide receiver that they drafted in the first round each year had 4 receptions for 52 yards, and that is Matthew Golden for a 13-yard average. On the flip side of that, this was a battle of the defenses. So Joe Flacco had 142 passing yards, a 58% completion percentage, and 1 INT. Keyshawn Junkins, 18 rushing attempts for 94 yards and 1 touchdown, roughly just over 5 yards a carry. And then David Njoku had 5 receptions for 40 yards for an 8-yard average. Again, this was a battle of the defenses. If I scroll down here to defense, to the Browns defense, let's see the stat lines for the defense here. Let's see. So 5 sacks, 6 tackles for loss, 2 pass deflections, 1 INT, 7 QB pressures. So it was all about the defense today. And speaking of defense, Isaiah Rodgers for the Minnesota Vikings had himself a day, being the first player in franchise history to come up with 2 scoring defensive plays, one being a pick six and one being a scoop and score. Never happened in the history of the Minnesota Vikings. But let's focus on the Bengals because the Vikings did get a victory, 48-10. I don't know if I mentioned the score of the Green Bay game. I don't think I did, but the Browns ended up winning 13-10 on a game-winning field goal. So, and that came down to the wire because it was tied 10-10, and Green Bay was lining up for the go-ahead field goal, and it got blocked. It was crazy. It got blocked, and then Joe Flacco got him into field goal range, and they ended up kicking the game-winning field goal. So, continuing with the Minnesota and Cleveland game, Jake Browning, 70% completion percentage, 1 TD and 2 interceptions. One of those getting housed by Isaiah Rodgers, and he had 140 passing yards. Samaje Perine, 4 attempts, 21 rushing yards. Now, that is 5.25 yards rushing, but that is pitiful. And then Jamar Chase, 5 receptions, 50 yards for 10 yards per reception. So not great for the Vikings. And then I can't remember his name right now. I'll go down here to the let's see. Sample got into the end zone for him. Tight end. Vikings. All right. Carson Wentz had himself a good day. 2 passing touchdowns, 173 yards, and a 70% completion percentage. 70% completion percentage. Woo! Jordan Mason, local legend around here in Middle Tennessee, 16 rushing attempts for 116 yards and 2 touchdowns. That's 7.25 yards per carry. That is a great stat line. And then Justin Jefferson for Jay Jettas, it is 5 receptions, 75 yards for a 15-yard average. But again, today the stat line was Isaiah Rodgers, who, let me find him down here. Oh, that's Cincinnati. That's why I don't see him. Let me switch to the Vikings here and say he should be like number 1. Let's see. So let's see. Isaiah Rodgers, 3 total tackles, 3 solo tackles, 2 pass deflections, 1 interception, and 2 touchdowns. And then he also had the 1 interception, which went back for 87 yards for a TD. And Isaiah Rodgers had 2 forced fumbles. So a great stat line for Isaiah Rodgers. Again, making franchise history today. Next up was another very defensive game, which was Pittsburgh versus New England. This was a very close game the whole way through. Pittsburgh ended up pulling out the win 21-14. Aaron Rodgers, 69% completion percentage, 2 touchdowns and 1 interception, 139 passing yards. Jaylen Warren, 18 rushing attempts for 47 yards. Not great. That's just over 2.5 yards per carry. And also 5 receptions for 34 yards. Receiver. So he was tied for receiving yards. On the flip side of that, the Patriots, Drake May looked good, had himself a pretty good day. 75% completion percentage, 2 touchdowns and interception, but 268 yards. Drake May also had 45 yards rushing for about 6.5 yards per carry. And then Hunter Henry, having himself a day, 8 receptions for 90 yards for 2 touchdowns and 11.25 yards per average receiving. And again, Pittsburgh did end up winning that game 21-14. Now here's where it gets crazy. The LA Rams going into Philadelphia to play the Super Bowl defending champion Philadelphia Eagles. And breaking this game down, the Rams had the lead at halftime, 19-7. And at one point, they were up 26-7 until the Philadelphia Eagles decided to wake up and actually come and play football. So Matthew Stafford. So the final score of this game ended up being 26-33. So Matthew Stafford had 196 passing yards, 57% completion percentage, 2 touchdowns and 1 interception. Kyren Williams had himself a good day. 20 attempts for 94 yards, and that's about 4.5 yards, just over 4.5 yards a carry. Puka Nacua, 11 receptions, 112 yards. I believe Kyren Williams had, he had a receiving touchdown. Devontae Adams had a receiving touchdown. I thought Kyren Williams had 2 touchdowns. Maybe one of them got called back. I guess one of them got called back. For the Philadelphia Eagles, Jalen Hurts, 65% completion percentage, 3 touchdowns, 226 passing yards. Saquon Barkley, 18 attempts for 46 rushing yards. Absolutely terrible. It's about 2.5 yards per carry. And A.J. Brown, 6 receptions, 1 touchdown, 109 yards receiving. Thank you. Finally, you do something for my fantasy team. I really appreciate it. But the one thing that will not show up on this stat sheet is with about 3 seconds to go, the LA Rams lined up for a game-winning field goal. At this point, the Philadelphia Eagles were up 27-26. And big Jordan Davis plows through the offensive line, blocks the field goal, gets the ricochet, and takes it all the way back to the house for the game-winning, or the game-sealing touchdown. Danny Dimes having himself a day today. 228 yards, 1 TD, no interceptions, and a 72% completion percentage. Again, Danny Dimes, the first player in history to go 3 weeks with 3 passing touchdowns and 3+ rushing touchdowns with 0 turnovers in the Super Bowl era. Jonathan Taylor having himself a day, 17 attempts for 102 yards and 3 tutties. Whew. And then Michael Pittman finding the end zone this week for 6 receptions and 73 yards as well. On the flip side of that, the Titans, there is promise in Cam Ward. He had 219 yards, 1 TD, 1 interception, 60% completion percentage. Tony Pollard, 16 attempts, 45 yards. Not a great stat line. That's under 3 yards a carry, but he did have a touchdown. And then Chig Okonkwo. Chigakonkwo. We'll just roll with it. Y'all know how I am with last names. 5 receptions for 66 yards, about 13.2 average. There is promise for Tennessee. So Indianapolis ended up winning this game 41-20. So big win for Indianapolis. But there is promise for Tennessee. Cam Ward does look good. I think if you truly build around him, he can be a good quarterback. All right, so another team that put up 41 points today, the Washington Commanders, starting Marcus Mariota, the former Tennessee Titan, instead of Jane Daniels, in the absence of Jane Daniels because he is hurt, against the Las Vegas Raiders. So the final score here was 41-24. Geno Smith, 289 yards, 3 TDs, 0 interceptions, 65% completion percentage. Very decent day. Ashton Genty, 17 attempts, 63 yards, no touchdowns, about 3.7 yards per carry. And then Trey Tucker having himself a day. 8 receptions, 145 yards, and 3 touchdowns. So if you had Trey Tucker on your fantasy team, congratulations. For the Commanders, Marcus Mariota, 207 yards, 1 TD, 1 and 0 interceptions, 71% completion percentage. Jeremy McNichols, with the absence of Austin Eckler being out, has himself a day. 4 attempts for 78 yards and 1 TD. That is 19.5 yards per carry. And then Scary Terry McLaurin had 3 receptions, 74 yards, about 24, almost 25 yards per reception, and no touchdowns. So it looks like, that's Geno Smith. Let's see. McNichols had a rushing touchdown. Mariota had a rushing touchdown. Krosky Merritt had a rushing touchdown. So there were 3 rushing touchdowns in this game. And then 1 receiving touchdown by Luke McCaffrey for the Washington Commanders. All right. What seemed to be one of the games of the week for the AFC West was the Denver Broncos going into LA to play the Chargers. And this was a game that also came down to the final field goal. Bo Nix, 56% completion percentage, not his greatest day, 153 passing yards and 1 touchdown. J.K. Dobbins having himself a pretty decent day, 11 attempts, 83 yards with a touchdown. That's about 7.5 yards per carry. And then Cortland Sutton also having himself a good day, 6 receptions, 118 yards, and 1 touchdown for about just over 19.5 yards per reception. Let's see. Already did that. On the flip side of that, the Chargers continue on and go 3-0 behind Justin Herbert, who had 300 passing yards, 59% completion percentage, 1 TD, 1 interception. Omarion Hampton found the end zone, 19 attempts and 70 rushing yards, just over 3.5 yards per carry. And then Quentin Johnston, 6 receptions, 89 yards, 0 TDs, but still had a decent day. Looking at it this way, Hampton had a touchdown, and then Keenan Allen had a touchdown as well. So, but this was a fantastic game. A lot of these games came down. So these one possession games came down to the wire. But not this game. This game was dominated front to back. The Saints go into Seattle to play the Seattle Seahawks, and they ultimately lose 44-13. Spencer Rattler had a decent day. You can't make this up. 71%, almost 72% completion percentage. That's not bad. 1 TD, 1 interception, 218 yards. That's about average, I feel like. Alvin Kamara, 18 attempts, 42 yards. Now, that is not great. That is under 2.5 yards carry. Chris Olave, 10 receptions, 57 receiving yards, 5.7 yards an average reception. Not great. On the flip side, Sam Darnold, we'll just round it up to 78% completion percentage, 2 touchdowns for 218 passing yards. Great day, 16. So Kenneth Walker, 16 rushing attempts, 38 yards. Not great, but he found the end zone twice. And then Jackson Smith and Jigba, 5 receptions, 96 yards, and a touchdown. So he had himself a great day. But Seattle was firing on all cylinders, special teams, offense, defense. This is what you're supposed to do to bad teams. You are supposed to be able to blow them out. And that's exactly what they did. Next up was the Chicago Bears taking on the Dallas Cowboys in Chicago and ultimately winning. Again, another team that kind of just looked good in all 3 phases. Dak Prescott, didn't have a bad day. He just couldn't place the ball anywhere because he threw 2 interceptions, but he did lose his top receiver. So 77.5% completion percentage, 1 TD, 2 interceptions, and 251 passing yards. Javonte Williams, 10 attempts rushing, 76 yards. And then Jake Ferguson, 13 receptions, 82 yards. So, again, he did lose CeeDee Lamb very early in the game, but that can't be your excuse. Caleb Williams having himself a good bounce-back day, 298 yards, 67, we'll call it 68% completion percentage, 4 TDs, 0 turnovers. That is fantastic. DeAndre Swift, 13 rushing attempts for 33 yards. That's about 2.5 yards per carry. And then Luther Burden III. Who? Don't know this guy. Anyways, 3 receptions, 101 yards, and 1 TD. So he had himself a day. Welcome to the Bears, I guess. And then finally, the Cardinals and the 49ers went on. The 49ers ended up winning 16-15 on a game-winning field goal. Again, this game was very tight throughout the whole entire thing. Arizona, going into this game, I said was the worst 2-0 team in the league because they beat the Panthers, they beat the Saints, and they barely held on against a very injured-riddled San Francisco 49ers team. So Kyler Murray, 62% completion percentage, 159 passing yards, and a touchdown. Trey Benson, I do want to say, though, prayers up for James Conner because he does have to undergo ankle surgery, and he will be out indefinitely, so he will probably be out the rest of the year. And we will join into some other injury talk here in a moment. Trey Benson took over, 10 attempts, 42 yards. It's okay. And then Marvin Harrison Jr. is nowhere to be found, 3 receptions for 44 yards. On the flip side of that, the 49ers, Mac Jones in place of the injured Brock Purdy. 285 yards, a touchdown, and an interception for 284 yards. Christian McCaffrey, 17 attempts, 52 yards, about a 3-yard average per carry. And then Ricky Purcell, 8 receptions, 117 yards. A lot of field goals in this game, not a whole lot of touchdowns. There was a safety, though. And then, of course, the Bucs took on the New York Jets, winning 29-27 and in dramatic fashion, just as they have the last 2 weeks. So why make the third week any different? Tyrod Taylor, 197 yards, 2 TDs, and an interception. 72% completion percentage. He was also one of the leading rushers with 8 attempts and 48 yards rushing. And then Garrett Wilson, 10 receptions, 84 yards, 1 touchdown. Most of these points being scored in the fourth quarter. And then for the Bucs, Baker Mayfield, 65% completion percentage, 1 TD, 233 passing yards. Bucky Irving, 25 rushing attempts for 66 yards. Not great. That is not great. Again, I don't want to make excuses. We are down 3 offensive linemen, so it was very hard to get the run game going. Emeka Egbuka, 6 receptions for 85 yards. He had himself a good day. He was very big on that very final drive to help set us up for the game-winning field goal. But that is it for the Sunday slate. We've already gone over and watched the Giants game, so I will not go over that, but we will look at some notable injuries and such from week 3 and see kind of what's going on. Let's see. Let's see if there's any. So Dallas Cowboys wide receiver CeeDee Lamb was ruled out. Let's see. Lamb told reporters that after the game that he absolutely feels like he could play next week, so that is good. Trayvon Diggs was also ruled out in the second half, so we'll have to keep an eye on him. Let's see. Texans cornerback Derek Stingley was ruled out after exiting the first quarter. Wide receiver Alec Pierce for the Indianapolis Colts and Kenny Moore were ruled out against Tennessee. Let's see. Tyrone Tracy got hurt during the Sunday night game. Let's see. Lane Johnson and Adoree Jackson for the Philadelphia Eagles did not return against the Rams. And then Nick Bosa was ruled out after the first quarter exit. Early indications show an ACL tear. And then also for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Mike Evans was ruled out against New York after exiting in the second half. Head coach Todd Bowles told reporters after the game that Evans tweaked his hamstring and doesn't have any further details. Also, safety Christian Ezen was ruled out. He has a quad injury, and defensive lineman Logan Hall did not return. So those are some of the notable injuries in week 3. With that being said, guys, it is late. I have to get up early in the morning. It has been great being on here with you guys. I really appreciate you, all of those who have tuned in for, watching me for the last almost 4 hours. So thank you for those who have commented. Make sure that you tune in for more stuff like this as we continue to go forward. I appreciate the love and support. And be sure, I know I didn't put out I will say I did not put out a pick video this week for me. I got really busy. But I will say that if you want to, you can keep up with my picks on a weekly basis under BG's Pick'ems. You can find them in our videos, in the description of our videos. And or you can just reach out and I can send you the link and you can follow along with your picks, my picks. And so far for the last 3 weeks, this week so far I am 10-5, so not a great week for me. And overall for the last 3 weeks so far I am 32-15 with a win percentage of about 71%. So with that being said, guys, I really appreciate everybody tuning in. I will see you guys next time. I will talk to you guys next time. And until then, peace out.